KO Live, so what's up? Here's your boy Dre the Reaper. I'm here getting it done. Another marvelous day. I just want to sit here and I was doing some work, and I just felt like I just need to share some really real powerful words with you guys. Hopefully, it's powerful to the ears, to those who feel the need to listen throughout this whole video. But guys, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a church or a pastor or deacon or nothing like that. If a thought come to mind, I feel like I need to express it, and I kind of use this platform to be able to speak about freely those things that I find really interesting and super important for those to come, right? So today I'm just going to talk about like the circle of life. For example, like my generation of people or whatever, my generation, we are impacted mostly by those generation that's before us, meaning moms, aunties, uncles, those generation, and those generations are impacted by my grandparents and stuff like that, right? So my big take on this whole circle of life thing is like, you have to do as much as you can do with your opportunity of a generation, meaning that if you was born in this generation that's coming up, listen, the generation after you that's coming after you, you have to mold and shape and build a path and build a report, a real significant guideline, for that generation coming up, because they really look highly up to that. Like, for example, like myself, I really looked up to the generation that was before me. I really do look up to the generation for like the guidance and the help and the insights and things. And if those generation don't have it, where else do you go seek it at, right? So that's why you got people who's called mentors, right? Mentors. And that kind of like rubs off sometimes to other people of like, like they sometimes kind of claim it to be like a job and stuff like that, but really and truly just that the person just need information, and because they don't have the certain information from their own generation, they have to go seek it out somewhere else. So I try to tell people, generations like my generation now, like, yo, just be wise. Think about those generations that's coming under you. Do as much as you can now. Seek those opportunities, set it up for them so you don't have to go through the same thing. So, for example, you guys may or might not know that my parents are immigrants, and I myself was an immigrant. I became a citizen like in the late '90s, and I really had a hard time like adapting to the society, as far as like the language, the way people communicate, the vibe, it is all different for me. And I came here at a very young age, but I still came here just enough to know the difference, the big difference. And all I gotta say is that the generation above me, being that they're immigrants too, so they kind of like coming off that they're coming to a new country, everything's new, they're coming in and they kind of like learning it themselves. And not saying that they didn't learn as much as they could. Not saying that they don't learn significant enough for them to survive and make it as far. I think there's always an opportunity for you to like stretch that knowledge base. And I think if people don't take advantage of those, meaning spending ample time looking up things, ample time researching, ample time communicating with others, ample time, seminars, whatever the case may be, ample time doing that stuff. I believe, if you don't do those type of things, you kind of get lost in the system in a way, meaning that you really don't expand the thought process, and that's a big hit to the generation that's coming up under you. So for example, like, my nieces, my nephews that's coming up, and my unborn child that's coming up, I just would like to just change the perspective and change the narrative for them in a way, so they don't have to like go through the vicious cycle like I went through. But they still gonna go through their own vicious cycle, but it won't be as vicious as I experienced it. I'm not saying that I went to like a detrimental cycle, like life and death, like Holocaust type, penitentiary camp type. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I went through all of that, guys. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying that I went through a real hard time, and like I say, the adaptation from different country, it kind of do put like a little damper on you in a way, a little bit, and it kind of gives you a little chip too in your shoulder. So enough said about that. I'm not gonna ramble on too long about this, guys. Like I said, this is something that just piqued my I'll frontier my mind. I feel like talking about it, but we had to fix a generation. We had to fix a generation that's coming up underneath you. Always fix that. I mean, try to help guide that generation. Don't be selfish. Don't be super selfish to the point that you forget that. Because remember now, you wish you had that guidance. You wish you had that counselor that was in the family. You wish you had that mentorship inside the family, instead of going seeking it out and paying extra amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? When those mentors are in the family, if they really want to go dig up the research and find the important facts, like they should do. You know what I'm saying? But some people become lazy, or some people just get caught up in the system of like busy working, all that stuff as an immigrant or whatever. But whatever the case may be, I just want to tell you guys, for the most part, just please just take your time and opportunity serious. Take it a little bit more serious. Don't be too selfish with it. Really apply yourself to open up the knowledge, the mindset a lot more, so you can like elevate yourself beyond the norm and help those who are coming under you. And that's what it matters. Like, your life is just based on to set it up for the next generation. And then, guys, I'm not saying just live your life completely on just trying to dig up information and everything. I'm just saying you can still enjoy life, still do this, but always remember you're setting a platform up for the next generation coming under you. And I just want to share that, guys. Like I said, things like that always come to my mind. Hopefully that can help somebody out there. If not, I do hope you guys all stay up, stay strong, stay positive, and keep reaping that on. Until next time.